Are you sure it's not copyright?
Hello, everybody. I'm Lazy Charles 7865. Please ignore these, guys. Well, welcome back to Talking Warframe, episode 2. And today, got a couple more people. We got Gruesome here from last time. We got Crown Shot.
Hello. What's up, guys?
So Crown Shot here has been playing a little Warframe. He hasn't been playing the longest me and Gruesome.
I'm not the best.
No, actually, Gruesome, did we just hit 5 years?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so... Dude, I might just leave.
No, I invited you because you actually have experience in this game.
Like for a few months.
Knights is here too. All he's done was fishing. Oh
man,
man,
they're full on TwitchCon people, man.
Well, we're going to get a little more depth about this, especially we're going to be talking about some of the updates that happened. And we might talk a little more about the changes that happened in the past between me and Gruesome on how much the game has changed.
Okay, well, basically, I'm just gonna say it now. Like, breakfast, I know you're gonna watch this. You better come back. I'm literally pissed about you leaving now. I'm just dipping on a podcast like this, so yeah, come back. Or else I will find you.
You didn't really dip. We just lost communication on it. But we're gonna get that fixed. Though, if you guys are wondering, what I'm talking about, I run another channel, the Ravecast. I'll leave the link in the description below. It's a podcast channel that I run, where we mainly talk about the team I'm on, the Rave Nation, with different members.
Oh wait, this is a different podcast, bro.
Yeah, this is going up on my main channel, Talking Warframe.
Can I just add some real quick?
Sure.
Breakfast. If you know, I know you're watching this, you little gremlin self. Quit playing weird songs on my Spotify, bro. I know you have access to it, but calm down.
Call him a gremlin. I don't think that's gonna make him come back.
Oh no.
You think this is weird? You should hear some of the conversations me and Gruesome or things will do, like in Warframe, because Warframe has released so many neat things lately. Especially when they released gave us the option to use the our arc guns in regular missions. When it first came out, me and Gruesome went into a mission to get some resources. I'm using Necros. I pull out my arc gun and I'm just going down the hall saying I'm the Juggernaut. But every time I do it, I knock myself.
I'm just gonna say it now. I'm probably the most unexperienced player here. I used to think that the first weapon you get, the first sword was so epic.
It is still a good sword.
Literally all I have is the fire sword, and I feel like a god.
The heat sword is a decent sword. The Skana, it's all based on how you build them.
I'm the most unexperienced person here. So I'm probably.
Here's an example on how experienced he is compared to me, Gruesome. So when me and Gruesome first started, so I talked about this in the past, in the last one. I got an image here for you guys. We talked about the solar system map, how it looked different. Here's an image I found up on the internet of what the solar system used to look like when me and Gruesome started. This is what it looks like, and this is how it looks like now. It is so much different compared to that. It all changed in the update of the Spectres of the Rail update.
What is that?
What? He's like, what is that update? What? It's an update called Spectres of the Rail where it changed the solar system map, like the navigation.
I thought it always had that map.
No, it was not always like this. When me and Gruesome first started, it looked like this. It was just a circle around you with the planets around you, like you were the sun. Yeah. It was such a different time. I mean, even before me and Gruesome first started, there was only Earth you could go to.
What?
Yeah, and as time went on, they kept adding more planets, adding more missions. I mean, they had even a thing called raids.
Wait, you needed a key to build those? I forgot.
Yeah, like yeah. The raid keys. Yeah. God, what were they? God, I
I
can't.
remember the void keys and stuff. I
The
remember
void
that.
keys. Yes. The void keys. That's how you used to farm for prime stuff.
I mean, we here thinking about
Yeah.
Apex Legends.
Because now we have to use routes. Before we could just go into the void with void keys, and it was technically a little more easier.
Yeah, kind of. Warframe's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's one of the most
I don't get
grindy.
the game. I just kind of go in there to kill monsters and do whatever it says.
Well, it took me
I don't really
gruesome
know.
years to get the game down for how much they're adding onto the game and how much they're updating it.
Yeah.
Mostly for making good builds in your weapons, too.
Yeah, and
Like,
they're coming
always
out with
keep
another
changing it.
update here soon.
Yep. It's going to be nerfing the melee weapons.
Not nerfing them, it's going to be rebalancing them. They're still going to be pretty strong. They're just rebalancing them so that way you'll be using your primaries and secondaries more, because people were wondering about that because they want purpose towards their primaries and secondaries. They actually talked about that in the dev stream.
I can just imagine Craig's faces right now. He's just over there eating freaking popcorn, just like his eyes are just so confused right now. What the hell you're all talking
Oh
about?
no, I'm just listening to copyrighted music. That's why my mic's muted.
Oh, thank you for that.
I've just been listening to anime intros this entire time, trying not to unmute my mic.
Like, I feel creeped out that Creek's just kind of sitting there, just.
I am in the
Like,
dark.
why
I am in the
this person-
shadows. I know everything and everyone. Test me, I dare
I'm
you.
afraid. I'm afraid that we're gonna forget.
I feel like Snipes right now is like the definition of the stalker in Warframe.
Oh, God.
The Shadow. Oh my god. If you guys don't know who he is, at first when you run into him, he could be a real challenge, but after like the second dream, he's not as strong. I feel like he's not as strong as he
He's
used
more
to.
like a pushover character now, to be fair.
And there was that time
like Shadow Knight thing that I had to kill at one point.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that thing was annoying.
Yeah,
I died to it like 6 times.
yeah.
Before I actually killed it.
Wait, what? Are you thinking about the same guy where like you're in a regular mission and this guy spawns on you? Yeah.
Never mind. I think I'm thinking about a different thing actually. It's when like you you know when you go in there to go in what's it called? Oh my gosh.
It's one of the boss's missions I think you're thinking of.
Yeah, it might have been one of the bosses.
Assassination target.
Yeah, assassination target.
Like when you're getting your thing up or whatever. I forgot what it was called, dude. I don't even know. Not PR, but your. Dude, I can't remember. Jeez.
Well, we could probably
It was the
tell you.
last one of the last times we played Turtle because I really only play when you play, so that's what I mean. It was on one of the times where you told me to go do that, and then I. Would, like,
Oh,
like, it would make it
Spectre!
so I can
One of the
get more
specters.
weapons
One of
and
the
stuff.
specters.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You had to do the junction.
I don't think it was a junction.
It was a junction. Yeah, you had to go do the mission so you could get to the next planet.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was.
All I know is that there was a few bosses that I couldn't beat. Like they're hard. It took me like a lot of tries to kill them.
Probably because they have, not, what am I saying? Because they have Pacific Was it?
Elemental.
No.
Mm.
Stages or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure it was one of the specters because that's something you're gonna have to be if you get into Warframe. That's one thing you want to make sure you do is unlocking planets, and you gotta fight different specters.
Yeah.
And down the line, you could be with me and Gruesome driving our Necromax.
Oh god.
Yay! There's lots of
We
fun
go
stuff
from-
you can do with those guys.
We go from just being ninjas, jumping around everywhere, killing enemies, to having these robots. Like I remember me and Gruesome, you and me were talking about this when the Railjack came out, before we even heard about the third open world. We were talking about like mech suits, and then out of nowhere they started talking about. It's like, didn't me and Gruesome talk about this?
Yeah.
If you don't know what Necromax are, it's these right here. Right now we have 2 different Necromax, and you can customize them and everything, but with different weapons. You can use your arc wing weapons, your guns. Arc guns.
I need that email. I'm gonna kill someone for that email.
What? But we recently had what was the last update? It was it was the God, what's this? What was that update called? With Seva Goth.
The Tempest Story.
Yeah, the Tempest Story. That was brought life back into the Railjacks once more. Because now there's a lot more to do. And now we could solo Railjack missions. Because we gotta get crewmates.
The crewmates make it much easier when you can do solo.
Yeah, especially if you upgrade them, and then they're just aimbotting everything.
Oh, I love that. It's so fun. The second any one of the AI get near me, they instantly just pop dead. I love them. I love the AI for that. I love the crew members. They're so fun.
And now you use your Necromax in Railjack missions.
Yeah. You have to get Pacific, I think, what was it? Technical? Wasn't it? Yeah, it was technical. That you have to get, technical rank 5, I think it was.
Yeah.
Rank 5 allows you to spawn in your Necromac if you have the Necromac during Railjack missions.
Yep.
Which, to be fair, it made it much easier. But when you have the Venom missions to deal with, those are more of a pain. But unless if you have a good group with you, then you're fine.
Yep. It has. Warframe has been around for 8 years, and there's been so many different characters they've been adding. And now they got a new one coming up, is like you said, who's supposed to be believed to be Hydrois Daughter.
It was more like a rumor. One of my friends told me that she's supposed to be Hydrois Daughter, but it's more like a rumor.
Yeah. Now, my question is, when are we going to see the Lotus again? When we're going to get her back? Because it's, how many years has it been? God, when was it? Yeah, I would say it was like 4 years ago since the Lotus disappeared. Hasn't it?
It was more like one of her prologues.
Yeah, which prologue was it?
I think it was the one where you had to head to
No, what's the
the...
name of it?
I do not even remember. I think it's the... Oh great, now I'm gonna be stupid when I try to say it. The... Crap. It's right before the sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's before the sacrifice and after the Chains of Para. It's after that one.
I need to know the name of the prologue.
I think the Apostus?
The
I could
what?
be wrong. The Postus, or I think I'm saying that wrong, but it starts with an A and a P.
Uptopsy, I think it was?
Yeah, I think that. It shows a energy orb. And it looks like it's inside your orbiter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's in this image there. Okay.
Here, this 2017. 12/21 of 2017. So that's 4 years ago.
Dang.
So the Lotus has been missing for 4 years if you're not in that far in the game. And we've been waiting.
The sacrifice.
Yeah, but we've been waiting for the new war quest. For 4 years now. This, like, there's people out there that wants the Lotus back, but it's like, and there's other people that don't want her back and just want her dead because of this. Think they see her as a traitor.
Okay. But even either way, you're still gonna be fighting Space Mommy either way.
Yeah, and I'm not looking forward to the. I'm just looking forward to the quest to try. I hope we get her back. Cause I'm tired of seeing this
Well, now
purple
that she
robot
knows
on my
that
screen.
Her real self, though. Like, she already knows her real name, but I don't think that she knew that she was like a type of centaur.
She knew. She knew. That helmet what she was wearing was like preventing her from leaving.
Oh, I thought it was just more like the Hydra actual face.
No. I think I can't remember what I don't know what the helmet actually did but in the Topsy prologue, Valis removed it and she was able to go with him and she turned back to her normal self. Because she's a mimic, the first of the mimics of the sentience.
Yeah. I think the helmet, like, it allowed her to contact the tent and talk to the Tenno, even though she was in a very,
It made it questionable because when you think about it, if you go back to the second Dream Quest in that cutscene, it shows her on your ship.
You know, that actually makes sense. If she wasn't able to move in whatever she was in, then how was she able to...
Then what was that helmet
out of
for?
there
What
in
did
a
that
second
helmet
dream.
do? Why was that helmet a thing that prevented her from leaving? How was it? It's like you could clearly tell she could leave if she was on your orbiter.
But she still had the wires attached to the helmet, though.
But they were freely. Like if you look
Yeah.
at the Noggle, that's how it looked.
Either that could have been, like...
It can't be a hologram or anything because she was able to pick you
No.
up.
Yeah. Well, do you have to explain something about that, do they?
Yeah, no kidding. It's Warframe has gone through so many changes, and we got 3 open worlds, and it's like you gotta wonder if they're gonna make another open world, where is it gonna be, and how big is it gonna be compared to the others? Because when Heart of Deimos was coming, and it came out, I was shocked to see how small it is compared to the other two, because the island's even bigger than this one. It was very interesting.
Deimos is more like a giant infested
Asteroid, yeah. But that's, yeah. But you gotta remember, that is the derelict now. Deimos is a derelict now.
Yeah. I could probably think that the next planes is probably be somewhere in the void.
That'll be interesting. The open world in the void.
Because there was some trailers that they did release, like showing evolving around your Tenno, somehow getting big, but he's wearing a mask or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, I remember that.
And then his past self put a Tigris inside of a hole.
No,
and
past
then
Tenno.
also-
It was a past Tenno.
Oh, that was his past self.
No, he saw a vision of a Tenno, another Tenno.
And he grabbed the Tigris out of the hole.
But that seemed more like a spirit realm. That is interesting. I want to know what that was.
And plus the thing that was hunting that adult Tenno, whatever that thing was.
That was a dead Tashin. A dead Teshin.
That was a Teshin?
No, not Teshin. Dax. A dead Dax.
That was a Dax.
Yeah, I
Looked.
or Daxes. I gotta remember that. But to me, it did not look like it had similarities like a Dax, but didn't look like a Dax. It was a
Same
dead
way.
Dax because in the new intro trailer, it shows you fighting the Daxes and killing them off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the new beginning trailer, when
Yeah.
you start Warframe the first time.
Yeah,
The very first time.
so much different. The trailer is so much different.
Like, you can probably find all of the beginning trailers for the game, and you can see how much it has evolved and changed.
Yeah,
and how
you
much
just
it's
gotta
gotten
look on
better.
YouTube for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Warframe has gone through, like, oh my god, how many updates have Warframe done? I gotta look this up.
30.
No, I would say more than 30 updates.
Oh, it says update 30.1.0, so I would probably say that is 30. Because I'm looking at the news board right now. I could be wrong. PC probably gets they get it faster than console does, either way, but... And it seems like we're getting, like, the Kubalich's versions of the Corpus, which are called the Sisters of Deimos. Not Sisters of Deimos. I'm an idiot now. I'm a freaking idiot. It's the Sisters of Pavos. I don't know if I'm saying his name right or not, but yeah. And it seems like the weapons you're getting from them, and I already seen the video of what the weapons are. It's going to be the Archiplasmore.
Right.
That one's gonna
Warframe
be
had
released for today.
150 updates.
Oh,
Over 500 hotfixes.
if they had that many hotfixes, Jesus, then there must have been a lot of stuff that they had to fix during that part.
And this one was in 2017 when this was posted on how many updates Warframe had. February 3rd of 2017. So you gotta imagine we're probably over 200 updates.
Well, if you add it all together,
Yeah. Probably close.
it would
It's
technically be almost it would be past 1,000, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I think half of either half or some of the ports that have been released so far are going to get a sister Pavos. I don't know if I'm saying his name right or not, but are going to get a upgrade if they haven't been either vandaled or so. And I can see a lot of weapons like that are going to get really good increases. I feel like they're going to be really strong.
Yep. He's like, there's so many. Where'd a crown shot go?
Or probably they're listening to something or watching something.
Ah.
The one thing I've been wondering about is like D, when are we going to get a Corpus arm cannon, a Grineer arm cannon, and a Tenno arm cannon? We already have a sentient one.
Yeah.
And we have an infested one. Now where are those ones?
Yeah, it might be a bit. Now, what's also interesting, I've been seeing, is like people have been asking for a new Umbra, like Mag Umbra Vault. It's like, I don't think we're going to get another Umbra. And people were like, yeah, they're talking about it in the dev streams. Like, yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. They didn't confirm it. Excalibur Umbra was created due to him having a background, having a history.
It was mostly because of Excalibur Prime. It was only released only on PC, and you can only get Excalibur Prime only if you bought the Founder Pack.
Yeah.
And there was like 3 or 4 different packs that you can buy.
And Umbra is technically our Prime, so like...
Yeah.
I don't see a real reason to give any other Warframe Umbra, because Excalibur is unique. Especially how, like, he's a starter frame, but he can also be an endgame frame.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they do introduce new Umbras, how? Like, how would they do it? Like, how would they give them background? Like, if this Umbra had a quest, and he had a certain, like, history, because he was originally a Dax, how
and that actually somewhat made sense.
Yeah, then how can you introduce more Umbras if he was the only one? According to this lore, he's the only Umbra. Because he was created.
Been created by the Warframe's creator, Alice.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, I don't see a reason to put another Umbra in there and it probably would ruin the whole story behind it.
Oh, yeah, it would.
So if you're watching this and you're trying to argue with me with this, don't, because you're not going to win it. Because
I already know that.
Yeah. Think about it logically. In the story, in the lore behind Umbra, it is shown that he was created due to Ballas was a traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is the only one that has been changed into Umbra. So, like, how are they going to introduce? They can't just create like a Prime Access pack. They have to try write out a story for them. Well, then they can't. They're not going to be able to, due to the fact that that in the lore, the sacrifice, he's the only Umbra. Because if there was more than one Umbra, we would there would have been more than one Bolt, or something like that. There would have been records. Something in the sacrifice would be hinting at more Umbras. And if they introduced more Umbras, and since there's no hints, that would kind of ruin the whole story.
Yeah. Well, they could add like either new Umbra mods.
Yeah, they get
Some
Umbra
way.
mods, but they can't do Warframes. I can't see a reason to add more Umbra.
Like, I did think that they would add a new Umbra, like doing only the starter frames as like Umbras, but then, like, it still wouldn't make any sense to do that to some of the frames that already, and it wouldn't make any sense to the lore and to the game itself.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the lore behind Warframe has been amazing, especially with all the side quests they added. It still intertwines with the main lore, which is very unique. You don't see many games that can do that.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Like, I've talked to people, like my nephew, he's want to play Warframe. And he's like, how do you beat Warframe? Have you beaten Warframe? It's like, you can't beat Warframe. Warframe is endless.
It's basically an MMO.
It is an MMORPG. It's an MMORPG. It's like, when it comes to like, not fan size, but like size of the game, Warframe is most likely the biggest due to how much content there is.
Yeah.
Because once you think you're done and you're bored of Warframe, out of nowhere, DE adds something else and there's more to do.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Crown left the party. I mean, how can you? I mean, it's like, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff for us to do. Like, for instance, I could do more railjack missions. I can still keep leveling up and increasing my MR, because the max MR is MR 30, and I'm a 21. And recently they added a couple updates where there's a purpose to get MR30 now. Is you go to relays and do blessings for other Tennos. So they get like infinity boosters, resource boosters, chance drops, credit boosters, so that way anybody that's in a relay will get that.
And it only lasts like either an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah, but still use it while you got it, and it's still useful.
Yeah, it is. But I need to wait entire 24 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
But I think he found a way to bypass that, I think, in one of their streams.
Do what?
I think it was one of the developers of Warframe, I think she found a bypass where I think it was like a different time date or something like that.
Yeah. You can bypass them. I remember it was glitches. It's like wall glitches. I remember on the Vesper relay, I was able to get outside the map before they changed
Oh,
it.
don't remind me of the stuff you can do in the Tenno, not the Tenno, the dojos, the clan dojos.
Oh, the
Don't
old
remind
days.
me of
The
that,
old days
please.
where like you glitch yourself out of it and then they're stuck in there while you can
Yes.
run around with your weapons.
I remember that one of the was it your dojo that had the prison, or was it one of no, it was one of the ones that was
A prison?
one of the ones that, yeah, they used one of the cryo things where you can add more people into your clans. I think that's what those were. And so, one of my friends made a way to get in there and make it into a prison.
Oh. I just remember in one of the clans I was in the dojo, I was able to go on this thing and it takes me under the map and I was able to get to the what did I call it? The Twilight Zone of Warframe.
Yeah.
It was just a black box we were in and we could see above us like the map. Like we were outside the coding of the game. It was very interesting. The old days were very unique to us players who've been playing for a while, especially when we had the old solar system map.
Yeah. When it was like a rounded one.
Yeah. The feeling, especially when Chance got me to play it. We went to we went to Venus, we went to the Vesper Relay for the first time, and it was like so cool. And then like there's so much, like there was a lot of unique things there. I was still low level, and we were exploring it. And it's like, this is so cool. I've never seen this before. I thought it was new, but it wasn't. We would go there, hang out, and we like go to Darvo and see what he's selling every day. Those days had a unique feeling to the game that I miss. Just being a new player, mainly, and exploring everything and how it felt, how it looked. It's so much different to compare to what it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember one time somebody told me before I joined, like I would say this was when Rhino was first released. Nobody wanted to play with you unless you had the Rhino set.
That does not make any sense
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy when I was playing on PC servers. He was playing Warframe since the beginning, since it ever came out, and I could tell he was telling the truth because he was using Scalper Prime. And he told me about that, and I'm like, I was like, why is the point in that? Like, that's not nice. And from what he explained how much the game has changed, it's like it is nothing comparison to, I mean, yeah, it could be comparison compared to what we've seen in changes, but being there at the beginning and seeing how far it has changed to what it is now, it's incredible. Especially when it just started out with one planet. And not only that, the only Warframe you had at the time was Excalibur.
Yeah.
He was
I've actually seen those old trailers for the game where
yeah.
there was
I even looked
there was
at
a female looking Excalibur, and that was it.
yeah. He's gone. But there I watched some old videos of Warframe. Like, I went and I found Jacksepticeye. He played some Warframe when it was first out, and I watched him play it. I'm like, wow, this is so much different from when we started to what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, there are people out there I want to see play Warframe. Like, for instance, Markiplier. He did one video of Warframe, and he loved space. I would love to see him play it again. Because Warframe is such a good game to play. And it's worth trying out. It's free to play. Definitely try it out. I mean, like, not only has he played, Vanos and his friends, they played it, and they all enjoyed it. Here's the funny thing. One time Noglo was streaming, and I asked him if he ever play Warframe again. And he replied, "Fuck Warface." I said, "Warface?" I asked if he play Warframe, not Warface.
I'm guessing that's Noga being Noga.
Yeah. I think he thought I said Warface. Like, you played Warframe and you were sponsored by them. That is something you do not want to say live on stream. If you were sponsored by them. Because they're not going to want to sponsor you again.
Yeah. Because I would say it's more. I think it's like more of an honor to get sponsored by a company like that.
Yeah, Digital Extremes. DE.
And plus, the amount of people that lost the like certain privileges, I think it was.
Privileges?
From them, yeah, where they give you some of the things that are new, and then let you review that specific stuff.
I'm sorry, your mic blew up. I didn't understand the words you said.
That D sometimes will, if you're either that if you get sponsored by them, sometimes you would get a that they would start like sending you the new weapons only to do reviews on to see if they are. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah,
so
like
they
help you. They help you get what you need.
Yeah.
So you can try it out. Yep. That is one thing I definitely want to do. Once I'm able to travel again, I want to go to London, Ontario, in Canada, because that's where Digital Extreme headquarters is. So once they're reopened, I want to take a tour of the place. I want to get a tour. Because Warframe is my favorite game. Number one favorite game. It has been for 5 years. And be able to go get a tour and get to see behind the scenes would be pretty cool.
Yeah. See what they do.
Yeah.
And mostly how long it takes to do those like custom scenes when they do some of the quests, and mostly the main quests.
Yeah, and then how long it takes to make a scene or a cinematic for the primes. Hydroid. It finally come out with one after like 3 years.
Well, you can't really blame them when what's been like mostly.
No, this was
they have now.
no, this was Hydroid Prime's trailer. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying the one reason why they hadn't been releasing most of the Prime trailers lately is because, well, I would probably say the lack of certain stuff that they have to use to make those trailers.
This was if you're talking about the whole virus, this was before the virus.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just
So
saying,
they had the stuff to create the trailer. They just never did. Because you gotta remember, they made other trailers before this one.
yeah, but when sometimes the community actually pressures them about it.
Mm.
Like, when's the next Prime trailer? When is it? When is it?
I find it funny when people like are trying to make competitions saying who's coming next, who's gonna be the next Prime. Like,
I love that.
like-
you predict, like, what's the next frame? What's the
like
next
it goes female, female, male, male, female, female, in the orders of when they were released. Like we have, who's our new prime? Gara.
Yeah. So it's gonna be another female frame.
Right. And who was before Gara that came out?
I think it was Octavia Prime.
Yeah, it was Octavia. So we got a male coming up.
But the question is, which male frame?
It should be Nidus.
Actually, I talked about Badman. I think it was Badman or either you about this. That it wouldn't make sense to make a prime out of a frame that's technically out of the parasite. The infested.
We already have Saren Prime, so your logic there is just flawed. Here, let me see here. Oh. Wait, what?
What?
So we had Octavia and then... Alright. Yeah, the next one should be Nidus. Then Harrow.
Oh, I would love to see a prime version of him. I would love to see a prime version of him. If Harrow ever gets a prime, the first thing I would probably say, increase his energy. Increase it.
The build I have for him is fabulous. Yeah, it should be Nidus then Harrow, or... Yeah. And then after...
I would definitely save up on money on
then
Harrow.
probably then Garuda, then Hildren. Then I expect
God.
Revenant. Then Baruch.
Ooh, prime version of him, a Baruch. Now that would be something to see, because he's supposed to be Baruch's supposed to be like a pacifist frame, and I actually would like to see a prime version of him and see how powerful his exalted weapon would be.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do, especially how their deluxe skin system changed up. Like there are Warframes that have 2 deluxe skins. Like Excalibur has 2.
Yeah. Wait, would you even consider his pro skin a deluxe?
Yeah, it's a deluxe skin. It's under the category. Oh no, there's something I would love to see as a weapon down the line. So, like, we have the what are they called? The Valkyr's melee weapons. What are they called?
Pierce? What?
Melee weapon, the claws.
Oh.
What are they called?
There's like 2 different versions. There's like the infested version, and then there's the
I'm talking about
one and then the prime.
I'm talking about the prime and the normal.
The Venka?
Venka, yes, that's it. Yeah, Venka. I would want to see something like that again, but not as claws, as swords. So like, there's swords on your arms.
Oh, I know what you're now I see. I've seen that. I think that was like one of the X-Men movies.
Yeah, where Wolverine had to kill
an alternate version of
Wade. His name was Wade.
Yeah, an alternate version of Wade, where his father basically turned him into a mutant mess. Team Power mess. I did like that concept of him like having his claws are basically long blades. I
Yeah,
would
something
like to see
like that.
I would like to see that.
Something like the
A
yeah.
very unique stance for it too. I would like to see a very unique stance
Yeah.
with only that one weapon.
It would be very unique. And I believe DE can do it, because due to the fact that you have to be... These are ninjas, and you have to be a ninja to use it. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not sure if did I talk about this in the last one? We talked about how this kid was like... No, I didn't. So, in Fortnite, this kid was talking about how if you put any game into Battle Royale against Fortnite players, they'll win. So I'm like, okay, well, if we put Warframe in there, I'm like, what do you mean? Well, you're saying we had a Warframe versus Fortnite, so like the Warframe players will come onto Fortnite's home turf, but Warframe will have all their weapons, their abilities, and everything they have in their game, and they can use it in the Battle Royale against the Fortnite players. The Fortnite players will have all their weapons, everything that was vaulted, even their brutes, their mechs. They can use it, so it's like a 50-on-50, 50 Warframe players versus 50 Fortnite players with all their stuff unvaulted. Yep. And he was like, Fortnite would win, of course. I was like, are you sure about that? Especially now we have Railjacks and Necromax.
Yeah, we have our own versions of mechs.
Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, for one, your builds wouldn't save it because we could either fly through them like they were nothing, or we could climb up them. And we have abilities, like for instance, Excalibur, one of the characters in the game, his final ability is called Exalted Blade. His blades will go through you and damage you and one-shot you every time, because our abilities do over... Because you have 200 health max. Well, our weapons could do over 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah, entirely.
And he's looking at me, he's like, that's cap, I need proof. I told him to look up Warframe gameplays.
What?
Cap, that means you're lying.
Oh.
I told him to look up Warframe videos on YouTube. So, like, we're sitting there for 10 minutes, and then he comes back in, he's like, can I change my answer?
Are you kidding me? Wait, no wait, it was the last video that we were talking about Fortnite, like when it comes down to like customization and like fashion and shit.
Yeah, Warframe
that
Warframe topples that. Their so-called
Yeah.
fashion show. Like, oh, you can change the pickaxe and the back bling and the skin, you can mix those up. We can change our skins, colors, helmets. We can actually do roleplay. Like, I made my Excalibur look like Deadpool. And my Atlas, my Kuva Atlas, who does he look like?
the Punisher.
The Punisher, yeah.
Much more terrifying.
Yeah. That was funny. How they all just sat there terrified due to my Kuva shield dick.
Yes, they wouldn't even come down. They
Just
wouldn't
typing
even
in
come
chat,
down. They were more
what the
terrifying.
hell? This guy. I don't think we need to nerf the weapon. I think we need to nerf the player itself.
The amount of times you kept on referencing that, mostly me referencing it and you referencing that, every time it's almost like it's impossible to nerf a weapon that's a Kuva weapon. If you get alternate duplicates of it, you can fuse it to make it stronger.
Yeah.
Unless they make it where you can only fuse it a certain amount of time.
Yeah, you can only fuse it up to
That would be
6.
fair. Then that would be fair.
You can only fuse it up to 6.
6? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And how many times have you done that with the shield dick?
Once.
Once, and it's already that strong? Are
Yes.
you kidding me?
And I got another one on the way.
Oh god.
It is ridiculous how powerful it is.
Well, the build that you have for your shield dig is ridiculous. That's the ridiculous part.
Oh my goodness. I think that we're out of time for this. It's been 44 minutes. I think we're done. I will join you here in a bit, Gruesome. I'm gonna X out, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you everybody so much for listening or watching. If you saw the images I had for you guys, only had these images for you. But I hope you all enjoyed Warframe, Talking Warframe, episode 2. Sorry it took so long. You got to hear a little more about Warframe in this one. We got to talk a little more. We had Crown Shot here for a little bit. We got to talk about our perspective on how much it's changed a little more. What we want to see, what our thoughts are in the game. And hopefully down the line we can get a couple more people into it in the next episode. And we could talk a little more about how much it has changed. And more of what we expect to see. Like, the game has had so much potential and still does. If you guys haven't played Warframe yet, I suggest you do. It's free to play. I recommend it. And also, if you notice the music in the background, the music does not belong to me. The music in the background, the soundtrack does belong to Warframe, just to clarify that. And you can hear all this in-game. It has been a good time. Don't know what else to say today, so that's why I'm ending here, because I didn't write down what we need to talk about, but hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure you guys check out Warframe. It is a fabulous game to play. And you can meet so many different people. The game has over 56 million current players. Over 56 million. It's a good game. It hasn't died, and it's still growing. Just get the word out. Warframe, try out, where ninjas play free. But anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching or listening. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit if you like what you see, make sure you hit that sub button here. I would like to see the channel grow. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Let me know if you want to see me do other more talking videos like this. If you want me to talk about any games you played or I played, if you want to know specific, let me know in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure I could get a list up there for you guys, for what kind of games I played. But yeah, thanks for watching. But anyways, you all know the drill. Lazy Turtle, out. See you guys.